Right. This one's called Women. Seems like the women I've felt most magnetically connected to in the past few years have had boyfriends. Weird they felt magnetically connected to me too. Weird I didn't know their boyfriends, had never met them. Weird sometimes I want one girlfriend and other times to be ambiguously involved with several. I've seen some of the most beautiful women at Dolores Park in San Francisco, and they're usually with guys that seem less equally attractive. Which makes me consider that women may not care about looks as much as I always thought. That maybe I'm the one hung up on looks. That I'm the one who hasn't realized that attraction is relative. A car full of young women honks and smiles at me, and I realize I've never been honked and smiled at by such attractive young women. Then I remember girlfriends who felt objectified when guys honked and smiled at them, and I understand why someone could feel like an object in that situation, but when these women honk at me, I smile back. This one is actually, okay, so this is an exchange I had on OkCupid. And so it's just a small little piece. And basically, in one of my messages to a girl on OkCupid, I use like YR for your and PPL for people. And this is what she said. Really? How much longer would it have taken to type people or yours? And I said, thank you for criticizing my mode of typing, smiley face. I'm not really concerned with following the correct spelling of a word if I don't feel like it. And if the person reading that word knows what I mean. These are all just social constructions. Words are sounds. We ascribe meaning to them collectively and inherit them when we are born. We write them and have letters make up symbols for those sounds. We might as well have fun with them. So, occasionally I write in a form like a prose block that doesn't have any punctuation. And I like that form because it kind of just like allows me to tuck away little things, because usually I have line breaks and it seems like every line is very visible and kind of there's a lot of pressure on every line. So when I write in the prose block form that doesn't have punctuation, I just feel like I can kind of say things that I wouldn't otherwise say. So anyways, this is a little prose poem. A signal for how little certainty I ever have that points to the fragility of my consciousness as an indication that my will is passively mobile in accord with the sources around me. I am a vessel battling the dictates of my behavior. If you're lost following me, maybe you shouldn't follow, or maybe getting lost is only natural. Maybe you have to lose everything that makes you feel comfortable to finally realize what you really want. You have to trust your weakness only so long as your strength is fabricated. Maybe you're never strong, but have to find ways to feel strong. And so basically I've had a lot of readings lately because I'm about to move. I'm moving August 1st to Georgia, where I'm originally from. And it's been a fun month because I've had a lot of readings, and I think that because I'm leaving, there's like a heightened immediacy to this month, and cool things are happening almost every day because I'm trying to fill every day up with something cool because I'm about to leave. So I guess that the only reason I say that is because I'm trying to read different things at every reading, you know, and it's making it a little hard because I want to stay fresh, and there are a few overlaps, but a lot of these I haven't read before, including this one. And it's called Driving My Car for 300 Years. To perfect his celibacy, Gandhi slept naked with naked women. That's true. All this is true. George Washington tricked Congress to pay him money and was horrified of being buried alive. He wanted his body to be out 3 days to make sure he was really dead. Jimmy Carter was the first U.S. president born in a hospital. The U.S. has no official language. A toothpick is the object most choked on by Americans. Andrew Jackson was the only U.S. president to think the world is flat. Andrew Jackson took his presidential oath hammered drunk. True. It costs more to buy a new car than it cost Christopher Columbus to take 3 trips to the New World. It'd take 300 years to reach Mars in my car. Look it up. 60 miles per hour. It would take 300 years.
In a Mazda?
Oh yeah. If I went to Mars without a spacesuit, my blood would bubble till I died. The moon is much smaller than the sun, but it looks exactly the same size. Every time Beethoven sat down to write music, he poured ice water on his head. Only 1% of Earth's water is suitable to drink. Pretty weird, huh? Speaking of water, this is a tiny poem called Waves. The night I moved into my apartment, I walked to the beach and climbed to the top of a rock that overlooked the choppy water, and I almost wanted to jump in so I'd have to fight my way out. This is another short one that's called Belly Laughing. I was reading poems out loud to my ex-girlfriend when she was not yet my girlfriend. Poems I had not written. And I was laughing, like belly laughing. And she was like, "What's wrong with you? Those poems are super sad." Thanks for laughing. This is good. I feel like the most encouraging response at a reading is laughter. So try to, I don't always necessarily write funny stuff, but I try to read the poems that have funny lines at least so people laugh. This one's called On TV. It used to be called Ars Poetica. You guys know what that means, right? Ars Poetica, like a statement of like your poetics or whatever. But Ars Poetica just seems too pretentious or something. This one's called On TV. People say I'm repetitive. I say, haven't you said a word so many times you no longer recognize it? It's strange, but what's so strange about that? I keep having this dream where I'm on David Letterman and he's asking about my blog. I look at him and say, "Dave, have you ever considered yourself condescending?" I've always wanted to ask him that. I always want to do things I might never do, not knowing why I live and not knowing why I don't know. This entire life behind things has no reason to be afraid. And I guess that this is my last poem. Seems like it went by quickly. This one's called Edible Matter. I see what might be rain, or what might be the irreducible grain of vision. Who cares? Who cares if I rehouse myself in a dark thicket? If my brain is a field occupied with space? If I light my thoughts on fire? Time is here so everything doesn't happen at once. The subtle perception of the way things are. We come out of this world like grass trying to keep itself cut. Like rivers that can't swim. Give me your shadow of me. Accidentally achieve serenity with me, then bring me pandemonium. Where would we be without each other? Thanks.